Hi, this is Dave, WO2X. Going to show you today how to upgrade your radio to Smart SDR version 2. Register the radio with SmartLink and also create a SmartLink account done from the Maestro. So for those that do not have a PC or would prefer to use the Maestro to do the upgrade, this is going to be the video for you. So what I've done here is I've started up and I'm going to change my Wi-Fi network here to the one that's closer to the radio, to the Maestro. And I already have it. If this is the first time you're booting up your Maestro, you're going to have to select the Wi-Fi network and then put in your credentials. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to see the radio on the network. I'm going to select the radio. I'm going to hit connect. And it's going to connect to the radio, and now what happens is you're going to see that there's a blue icon. 2017 is the latest version of Smart SDR. On your Maestro, you will probably only see the 2017 version. You will not see any of the previous 2.0 versions. So the first thing we need to do is we need to update the radio. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit update. And now it's going to download the software to the Maestro, step 1. Step 2, it will update the Maestro to version 2. Step 3 is going to be downloading the software from the Maestro to the radio. And step 4, it's going to update the software in the radio to version 2. And then at that point, we're going to continue on. So this is going to take a few minutes. I'm going to stop the video at this point. Okay, we're back, and right now what is done is after step 2, the Maestro reboots, comes back up to the radio screen, and now what you're going to need to do is, before we hit connect, we're going to hit info, and if you look here, it's max license version 1.0, and the radio ID is very important. From the Maestro, you're going to have to use a web browser in a tablet or a PC, Mac, to do the purchase of the license at Flex Radio's website. You cannot do the purchase directly from the Maestro. So copy down the radio ID that you'll need in order to complete the purchase. So we're going to hit OK. We're going to hit connect. And now we're going to select 2017, which is the version, the new version that's released. And now there's a buy button on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to click buy. And it gives you a shortcut to Flex Radio store to purchase the license. So go ahead and write down that link, go to your web browser and complete the purchase. And once we complete the purchase here on another computer, I'm going to be back to continue the video. Okay, once you complete the purchase, you can go back and hit version in the upper left corner. And I'll go back to the radio, highlight the radio, hit connect, and select 2017. Now there's a button here to the left of the buy button because we've already made the purchase. That's a refresh radio license state button, the little circle with the arrow. So I'm going to tap that, and that'll connect into the SmartLink server, and it will validate the license and update the license in the radio. Okay, so after I go ahead and hit refresh radio license state, I go back a screen, and now when I go to connect, before I hit connect, I'm going to hit info, and if you see now, it's a version 2 license that's installed. There's also the unique radio ID and the serial number of the radio. So what I'm going to do is hit OK out of this. I'm going to hit connect. I'm going to select the 2017, and I'm going to hit run. I'm going to make sure it connects to the radio. And as you see, it comes up and connects to the radio. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit menu, network. What I want to do is I'm going to go back. We want to set up our SmartLink. So I go back to Wi-Fi settings. And on the bottom right, you have login, and we're going to click on login. And that's going to bring us to the SmartLink setup. Now, there's several ways that we can go ahead and log on. We can log on with Facebook credentials, Google, or an email, but you first need to create a SmartLink account. So right now it's set for login. If you notice in the left here, we're going to select sign up. So we tap sign up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Google. So I'm going to click on the G for Google, and it's going to bring me into the Google account login. To get to the screen, because the on-screen keyboard is blocking it, you take your finger and drag the screen up. And now you can sit there and type in your Google address. Click next. And again, you drag up the screen and tap to put the cursor in the box, and you can enter in your password. And so now it gives you a thing here. Since we're using Google, it says Flex Radio System would like to view your email address and use your basic profile information, including your icon that's associated with your Gmail account. So I'm going to hit allow. And now that brings us back to the radio chooser screen, and we are now logged on to SmartLink. Now if I tap it, I can sit there and I can put in my call sign. The email I used here was one that I created for this video. And I can put in my last name if I want, but I can hit save. And now we're ready to go ahead and have the radio register with the SmartLink server. Okay, so once we create the SmartLink account, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and highlight the radio. And what we're going to do is go into SmartLink Setup. And right now it says not configured for SmartLink. So in order to register the radio, we're going to have to be at the local radio, and we're going to need to go ahead and provide a local PTT to the radio, either through the front mic connector, the rear PTT jack, or the rear accessory PTT, or a CW key connected to the radio. So I'm going to go ahead and click register. And what's going to happen is going to connect the server. And once it connects to the server, it'll prompt you to go ahead and apply to PTT. And you have 20 seconds to apply to PTT. So I'm going to go ahead and apply to PTT. And you hear the little confirmation tone if you have the speakers connected to the Flex. Young key, and it says it's configured for SmartLink. And it's successful. So now if you want to see, right now I'm using a router with universal plug and play enabled, so I didn't have to do any port forwarding. So what I'm going to do is click the little down arrow over here under network, and you see I'm selected for automatic. You have a test button on the left. If you want to make sure that your router is set up correctly, you can click on the test button. It's going to test the connection, and it's going to come up green. Now if you tap the green button, it comes up and it says my universal plug and play ports are pass. So there you go. That's everything you need to do to register the radio, upgrade it to 2.0 and register it for SmartLink. So go ahead and we can go to the radio, we can hit connect, and now once the radio connects, we're good to go, and anybody who's running SmartSDR 2.0 and has my credentials can log on.